The JWST has been sent to space to verify the age of the universe, but it has done a lot more than that. It has been used to verify the feasibility of exoplanets, determine the chemical compositions of planets, and even take dazzling photographs. But now, the JWST has picked up some unusual signals coming from the solar system closest to ours. Proxima Centauri is 4 light-years away and is relentlessly scrutinized by scientists. But now, with the power of the JWST, they've been able to pick up some very strange signals coming from one of its planets, Proxima B. This unexplained phenomenon has been baffling scientists since it was first discovered and was dubbed artificial light. As of yet, no formal statement has come from NASA on the subject, but they will likely dismiss it as a chromatic aberration or light coming from a distant galaxy. But even they can't say this for certain. So this begs the question, what is the truth behind these lights? Could they be an indication of some intelligent being? Or are we simply observing a natural phenomenon that we can't yet explain? Let's find out. What are some of the most obvious signs that some planets are inhabited by intelligent life forms? Well, like Earth, we would be able to detect light coming off of the night side of the planet's surface. But so far, no man-made space observatory has been strong enough to distinguish light coming directly off the surface of a planet. But all that could change with the advent of the James Webb. While the James Webb can't give us a definitive answer, it can give us a very good estimation. How's that? Eliezer Tabor of Stanford University and Abraham Loeb of Harvard, planetary experts, performed an analysis to see if the James Webb could indeed detect light coming off of Proxima B. They did this by scaling artificial illumination as a fraction of the light reflected off the day side of the planet. This would imply that a nighttime illumination of 0% would mean that the night side of the planet is completely dark, while an illumination of 100% would mean that the night side is equally as bright as the day side, which is impossible. But if the night side illumination of Proxima B could reach 5% of the total daylight illumination, the JWST could discern it with about 85% accuracy. If the nighttime illumination would just cross 9% total of total daylight illumination, the accuracy could go all the way up to 95%. Taylor and Loeb worked out these values with a great degree of accuracy. If we can detect even a 5% illumination, we would have a very strong ground to assume that the light is in fact coming from aliens on Proxima B. Now, 5% might not seem like a lot, but to put that into perspective, Earth's artificial illumination is a mere 0.001% of the total daylight illumination. The civilization on Proxima B would have to be 500 times brighter than our own to be detected by the JWST. If it is detected, then this is a clear indication of alien urbanization. Also, let's not forget that Proxima B is in the habitable zone of its solar system, and it revolves comfortably around its sun, Proxima Centauri. Proxima B weighs in at around 1.6 Earth masses and takes 11.2 days to orbit its sun, Proxima Centauri, at a distance of just 7 million kilometers. That is around about 5% of the distance of the Earth from the sun. Now, this leads us to the second reason why these lights are a strong indication of alien presence. The range of Proxima B to its sun means that the planet is tidally locked. Now, this essentially means that the same side of the planet is always facing the sun, leaving one side in perpetual daylight and the other in perpetual darkness. Closer to home, we can see tidal locking in the orbit of the moon, which has one side of its face constantly facing Earth, which we refer to as the near side of the moon. Now, aliens on a planet like this would need some very advanced illumination infrastructure to keep the night side of the planet lit up. If an alien civilization did actually live on Proxima B, this would imply that there's a good chance that the JWST could pick it up on the artificial illumination from the far side of the planet. If, according to the Tabor-Loeb hypothesis, we detect even 5% strength of illumination, this could be a definitive sign of extraterrestrial presence. So, what do we make of all this data? Is it reasonable to assume that there could be aliens in the neighboring solar system? The idea seems difficult to brush off because of the overwhelming evidence around to support it. But besides the scientific calculations and empirical data, we need to look at this from another angle. If there are aliens on Proxima B, the best evidence we have to support this is a signal that came from the general direction of Proxima Centauri. This signal was termed the BLC-1 back in April 2019. It was detected by search for extraterrestrial intelligence, or SETI. This institution has practically made it its mission to ascertain the question of whether intelligent life existed beyond our planet. At their headquarters in Australia's Parkes Observatory, they have had their ears to the stars in hope they would eventually pick up signals from higher life forms. Now, since this signal is detected by an institution whose goal is to confirm the existence of aliens, you could naturally assume that there would be a bit of bias. But this is not the case. SETI has reliably only ever relayed those transmissions that have confirmed unexplained extraterrestrial origins. It is not their job to put out conspiracy theories, but instead to find actual scientific evidence for the existence of aliens. So, you can be sure that this signal is genuine. Their infamous WOW signal was picked up by the Big Ear Radio Observatory in Ohio in 1977. These transmissions seem genuine. The frequency intercepted was 1420 MHz, which is a radio frequency that hydrogen naturally emits. Only an intelligent being would be clever enough to transmit a signal tied to the most fundamental element on Earth. And the signal detector was designed to eliminate any human-made source. How was that? Well, the details are a little complicated, but basically SETI used a detector that could only see a very narrow region of the sky. As the Earth rotates, that detector would sweep across the sky. So, if we imagine the detector drifting across the sky from left to right, a stationary radio source would appear on the right side of the detector, track across and disappear on the left side. Given the rotational speed of the Earth and the width of the beam, a stationary source would appear to be detected for exactly 72 seconds and then disappear. Since the WOW signal lasted for precisely 72 seconds, it definitely came from a stationary source, not a plane, not a satellite, and not a source on Earth. Another feature of the detector is the frequency range that it detected is one that is strictly reserved for astronomy. No earthly radio transmitter is allowed to use that frequency band. So, essentially, what we're left with is a rough estimation of where the signal came from, and that turned out to be nowhere in the Sagittarius constellation. There are a few stars and planets in that area that are potential candidates, including Proxima B. SETI is still analyzing the signal from Proxima Centauri to see if they can discern the origin of the signal, but it is difficult, considering all that they have to go on is a short burst of radio waves. But this is some of the most conclusive proof of alleged extraterrestrial communication we have come across so far. In 2012, on the 35th anniversary of the WOW signal, Arecibo Observatory, using the largest radio telescope antenna, beamed a response from humanity containing 10,000 Twitter messages. It was pointed in the same direction from which the signal originated. Arecibo scientists have attempted to increase the chances of intelligent life receiving and decoding the celebrity videos and crowdsourced tweets by attaching a repeated sequence of code to each message. This will let the recipient know that the messages are intentional and from another intelligent life form. Of course, the response will take 25,000 years to reach the destination. All we can do for now is to sit and ponder these questions until maybe we get another message. Let us know in the comments what you think of these mysterious lights. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.